And quite frankly, that's at the heart of most dysfunctional organizations is the human capital, people relationships part of it. No matter whether it's an arts organization, nonprofit organization, or quite frankly, the largest billion-dollar corporation you could think of, multi-billion dollar, it's people. Every time I walk into an organization or a department of, and they're having trouble, it's because of the people. It's not 85% of the time anyway. 15% it's, oh, well, the widgets that they sell or the mission that they produce, or they're copying something else, or it's just a bad program. But 85% of the time it's the people, and it's for all the reasons you mentioned. And so there, I mean, there's a lot packed in there, but essentially that's why you do need someone who you trust to come in and say, here's what's happening. And it's interesting because the other thing, we talked about the 6 strategies. One is that hire the best, fire the worst, but the other is making sure that you have a board of directors that has their own networks, separated networks. So if you have 20 members of a board of directors, they all come from different networks, and they, as best you can, and I know this is challenging in smaller areas, but as best you can, they are not friends of, their networks do not overlap. That helps you fundraising wise for sure, but it also helps in this decision making because yeah, I mean, you have relationships and you don't want to call each other out even around the board table, because that's your client or that's your neighbor or that's your best friend. And it's a dangerous situation if people don't, leave their personal life at the door, which most people don't. I mean, as much as you want to, it's hard to do. So I'd say that, and this happens, this is quite frankly, this is in corporate world too, especially as I said, this in the middle market in particular, where it starts as a family business or friends get together to do a startup and they don't want to call each other out because they're all friends. And even though they're all very powerful in their own organizations, it's tough to, and so what happens is that the organization stalls and doesn't make the real decisions that it needs to,